The Knicks are in the finals, and they didn't draft a single one of their starters. Not one of them. CBS Sports points out this only happened 3 times since the 1976 merger, and one of the other 2 was the 2020 Lakers, who did it by signing prime LeBron James because he wanted to live in LA. So, not exactly a blueprint for the other 29 teams to copy. The third was actually the Knicks themselves, back in '99, but only fits the definition because Patrick Ewing got hurt, so not quite in line with what we're looking at. This Knicks team didn't get here accidentally. They built it like this on purpose. One signing nobody else wanted to make, then a whole chain of trades. So let's go through how they actually did it, one move at a time, starting with Brunson, the foundation this whole thing is built on. It all starts with Brunson. Dallas drafted him in the 2nd round back in 2018. Pick 33, a pick where you're just hoping he'll crack your regular season rotation. 4 years later, they just let him walk. Didn't match, didn't really fight for it. This being the same GM who'd later trade Luka in his prime for not so much, so now it kind of makes sense. This was great for the Knicks, who signed him that summer, which at the time felt like a desperate overpay, a team struggling for relevance, throwing money at a guy who'd never made an All-Star team. Turns out it's one of the best free agent signings in the history of the league. They also got Doc to pick for tampering to land him. His dad had been hired as an assistant coach about a month before, which connected the dots. And then he did the thing that makes everything else possible. 2 years in, with leverage to chase the bag, Brunson signed an extension way under market, left something like $100 million on the table, and that's the move that opened up the cap to get everyone else you're about to see. Jalen's the leader of this team, on the floor and off it. He's the captain. And he's only 6'2", he doesn't beat you with athleticism, he's not particularly fast, he's not jumping over everybody, but his footwork is impeccable. He accelerates and decelerates better than just about anyone, manipulates the defense, creates his own space to get his shot off, and the clutch shot making is genuinely special. He's the foundation, and everything else they built around that. So the first piece goes on top of the foundation of Brunson. February 2023, the Knicks trade for Josh Hart, who, as we all know now, won a national title at Villanova alongside Brunson. A lot of what Hart does never shows up in the box score. He's the Swiss Army knife of this team. Undersized, but rebounds like a power forward. So keep your eye on him the second a shot goes up. He's already crashing. He doesn't need plays run for him, doesn't need the ball. He just fills every gap. The loose ball, the leak out in transition, the extra pass. He's the connector, the guy who makes a star's life easier without ever needing a touch himself. And he's the first of the big wings they bring in to insulate Brunson on defense. Because at 6'2", that's the one place Jalen needs cover. And Hart is the start of solving it. December 2023, the collection of wings continues. The Knicks go get OG Anunoby, and this one cost them something real. Emmanuel Quickly, a guy they drafted and developed, was the main piece outgoing. But look what they got. Anunoby's already got a ring. He won in Toronto in 2019. So this is a guy who's been part of a championship team before. He's big, he's physical, and he's exactly the kind of long, switchable defender who lets the Knicks survive when teams try to hunt Brunson. Somebody sets a screen to drag Jalen into a bigger score, they just switch it, and Anunoby absorbs the assignment instead. That's the second piece of the wall they're building in front of Jalen. And right now, Anunoby is scorching. The form's nothing textbook, a little funky, but it's going in, and that's all that matters in June. In this finals run, he's been burying threes at a clip that completely changes the math on him. And that's the scary part. When the guy you brought in for his size and defense is also hitting everything from deep, there's no good way to guard him. You can't sag off, you can't help, he punishes all of it. That's when a role player tilts a whole series. There's even a real chance that OG wins finals MVP. Crazy. Summer 2024, the Knicks go get Mikal Bridges, another Villanova guy. So the Nova reunion's basically complete at this point. And Mikal's the Iron Man. He's literally never missed a game in his career in the NBA. But that durability almost undersells what he actually gives you. Because what Mikal does is fill in all the stuff Brunson can't do alone. He's a secondary creator. When defenses blitz Brunson and get the ball out of his hands, Mikal is a guy who can put it on the floor and keep good offense running anyway. He keeps teams honest from deep, which means there's no help this end. He can bolster the offense and help run it when Brunson's there too. And on top of it all, he's another high-level defender, another long wing for that wall in front of Brunson. And then the last piece, October 2024, the Knicks go get Karl-Anthony Towns, the biggest name of the bunch, and the one that takes this from a good team to a finals-level team. Cat's a unicorn in the truest sense, a 7-footer who shoots it like a guard. And in this series, that's everything because of who's on the other side. Against a normal center, Wembanyama gets to cheat. A rim runner who lives in the dunker spot doesn't pull him anywhere. So Wemby just sends to the paint, ignores his man, and turns into the best help defender on the planet. Everywhere at once, erasing everything at the rim. Cat breaks that. He drags Wembanyama all the way out to the 3-point line, because if Wemby sags off, Cat just buries it. So the best rim protector in the world ends up standing 25 feet from the basket. Or, if Wemby tries to stay home and play a one-man zone, Cat shoots his 3 right over a guard or drives at somebody who has no business being switched onto a 7-footer. Either way, he wins, and either way, the paint opens up. That's the gift Cat gives everybody else. Brunson, Bridges, OG. All of them get driving lanes that simply don't exist. There's a normal big clogging the middle. He doesn't just score. He raises the ceiling on this whole team because he turns the other side's best defensive weapon into a guy chasing him around the perimeter. So that's how they did it. A foundation they signed in Brunson, and then 4 moves stacked on top of it. A connector, a wall, an Iron Man, and a unicorn. Now one of them drafted by the Knicks, 5 starters in the NBA Finals, and New York developed exactly none of them. Most contenders are built the opposite way. Draft a star, grow him for years, and build around him. The Knicks just didn't. They found their guy, locked him in under market, and went and bought the rest one trade at a time. Whether that's a blueprint or a one-time lightning strike, we'll find out. But it got them there, and here is the finals. Thanks for watching. A new video drops every Thursday. Check it out.